Everybody, and welcome back. It's been a minute since we've done one of these, and naturally the only place that we could actually start is at a flea market. And that's what we're going to do today at Traderbakers in Martinsville, Indiana. And we're going to start over here at the glass cases with some Pokemon and random crap. But the one thing I did actually notice is down here at this booth, we'll get here in a second, but this guy is actually selling reproductions. He doesn't have it marked anywhere. There's no signage saying that he's selling actual reproductions. But obviously, if you take a moment to look at these, especially the Game Boy games, some of these games don't even exist. They're actually just reproductions. And, even the Pokemon Yellow there, the yellow wasn't even right. It's kind of hard to see in video, but it was completely off. So I just thought that was kind of weird, not having any signage at least saying, because, somebody could just roll up thinking that they're getting the real thing and they come out with a cheap reproduction. So that kind of weird to see at one of these flea markets. Next up, just walking around, I noticed this booth over here with a bunch of stuff in plastic cases. That usually means there's games, but this is actually like European money. I don't know if it was like fake or anything like that. And seemed like it was real money, but the guy's just kind of selling it here. But then he's also got import Super Famicom games mixed in. And I don't know if y'all remember a video that we did last year at a flea market that was like 2 hours away. But this other guy had a glass case filled with import Super Famicom games that was mixed in with like random military memorabilia. And it was a strange combination. And the whole time I was looking at these, I was like, man, these kind of look like that booth. And sure enough, when you go around the side of the booth, there's just a bunch of like military fatigues and ammo cases. I don't understand. I don't know if this is like the same guy, but just why? Over here, this completely caught me off guard. This awesome Resident Evil 2 RPD hoodie. And it's not very much money. My brother actually ended up buying this. Just really cool. And next to it, we've also got this Breath of the Wild hoodie. And behind it, some Fallout stuff. And all of this was like official merch, from Bethesda and Nintendo and stuff. So this was really neat to see. This awesome Sub-Zero shirt back in the back. I almost bought that for myself. But yeah, this is actually a really cool little booth, and the owner of it actually has his art on display here, and I really got a kick out of the art. This is some great stuff. Especially that Mortal Kombat character select screen. Awesome. Honestly, this is why I love coming to a lot of these flea markets. We find a lot of just nothing most of the time, but then again, you do find little gems like this booth. And if you're ever in Martinsville at the Traderbakers flea market, go in the back and check this booth out. It's well worth it. Getting out of the flea market and heading over to this Dollar General. No, actually, no, it's not the Dollar General. We're going to go to this brand new toy store that's just opened up in Greenwood, Indiana, called Faraday Toys. And Faraday himself is always delighted to see new customers come in. At the moment, Faraday seems to be focusing on newer toys, like things that have been released in like the last 2 or 3 years. But that's common with toy stores that's just opened. I mean, they're still getting like some of their lots in, or things that they buy from people that come in and sell things. And it's one of those things where you'll see something new every time you go in, probably. And even my brother mentioned that when he came in a couple of weeks ago, when they had just opened, it is a completely different store than what it is now. So what you're seeing here will probably be completely different in another 2 or 3 weeks. So it's always worth going in every week or two just to see the new stuff that they've got in. Over here in the glass case, we do have some of the older Star Wars toys they have on hand. But actually, these down here at the very end is what caught my attention. These old Resident Evil toys. I actually had these, and seeing how much they are now is just, it's heartbreaking. I don't know. I don't even know what I did with those. This store's main focus seems to be around Star Wars and Marvel Legends figures, and they've got a ton of Marvel Legends figures to look through in plastic baggies and stuff like that. Honestly, I'm not that big of a Star Wars or Marvel Legends nut, but it is cool to see just how many figures are here, and there are a few that I wouldn't mind just have sitting around. But I'd do that thing where if I bought one, I'd probably buy 100, and we're not going to start that rabbit hole today. Over here next to the wrestling figures, though, are a few things I do actually know a thing or two about, including this really cool Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Ronin figure. They are fairly new, but it is a neat figure. And down here next to this Nightcrawler bust is an MP4 Optimus Prime, and that is like the masterpiece series of these. This is like the second Optimus Prime ever released in that series. It is really awesome. I actually own that one, and for the price of $330, that's a really good price. I think I paid around $400 for mine. Over here we have our old friend Ashley Williams from Mass Effect 3, and she is part of the Play Arts series of figures that I think it was released back when this game came out, and it's a super high quality figure, but you know, Mass Effect 3. Up here we've got an incredible assortment of random stuff that I didn't expect to see, including a Sequest DSV Dolphin and Pagemaster toys, which we just did a podcast on that not too long ago. And there's the Pagemaster himself, Macaulay Culkin. That game sucks. But none of that really matters, because up here we've got a Dino Wrangler from Jurassic Clash, whatever that is. Never heard of it, but it is now my new favorite toy line in the entire world. Over here on this wall, we've got an assortment of Transformers to dig through in baggies, along with some random Voltron limbs. And that's actually one of my favorite things to do when we go to these toy stores, is to go through these baggies. I know I don't really do it much when I'm getting video, but you know, if I'm not doing that, then I'm all about going through the baggies and seeing what random stuff you'll find. Not only are they usually the cheapest things in the store, but you just never know what you'll find. It's just a grab bag of randomness usually, and that's my favorite thing about some of these places. You just never know what you'll find. Like I say, over here on this wall, we've got an assortment of old G.I. Joe figures, and it's just cool to look through and see what you'll find. And I did not expect to find this old BAT soldier sitting back here, which was one of my absolute favorite toys when I was a kid. But yeah, that's going to do it for Faraday Toys. This place is totally worth checking out. If you're in the area in Greenwood, Indiana, I'll leave the address on the video itself and in the description. But yeah, super nice people. They have movie nights, they host podcasts. Definitely worth checking out if you're in the area. Now I know we don't do places like this very often, but this store was too cool to pass up. It's actually an all year long Halloween store that's just opened in Greenwood, Indiana. It's actually just behind Faraday Toys, and I had to put it on here. I couldn't wait till Halloween. It's worth seeing, you know, any time of the year, especially if you're a fan of Halloween, and I am a fan of Halloween, a big fan of Halloween. So I'm just going to shut up and let you guys wander around here and see this stuff, because it's just awesome.
Did you see that? I saw that.
We actually got to talk to the owner for a while, and he is a super nice guy. Not only does he own the store, but he actually makes a lot of the stuff that's in here. So like if you actually need any sort of custom decorations or anything like that, he'll make it. Now this isn't the biggest store out there, you know, it'd probably be only like a section of like a Spirit Halloween store, but it is so jam-packed that you could walk around this place 4 or 5 times and probably see something different every single time. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it. I know it's been a while since we've made one of these videos, but the weather's finally clearing up and it's not a complete pain in the ass to actually get outside and do some of this stuff. So yeah, thanks for watching, thanks for waiting around for this, and I hope in the future we'll be back pretty soon with another one of these videos.